I'm Kelechnekoff, and I'm an actress, and I teach pole dance and twerk, and that's pretty much it. Just a general baby girl.
I didn't know you were an actress.
Oh really?
No. Yeah.
What have you been in? Not anything of significance.
But like you're just like,
yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, that's what I've done for forever, pretty much. Wow. Like theatre. Yeah, basically theatre bits and like little pilots that didn't take off, that kind of thing.
Oh, I didn't know
yeah,
that.
but recently I've directed more than I've acted. So the thing I'm actually acting in and directing is what I've got coming up at the end of October. But other than that, just nothing. Just being about.
Okay, I didn't know that. I thought you were just a twerk queen.
Just twerk. Just fell into that. That's it. I fell into that because I was like, oh, I don't want to wait around for acting work, so I'm going to become a personal trainer. So I started doing my personal training, and I had good amount of clients and things like that. And I thought, I want to learn something else that would fulfill me. Let me go and learn pole dance. I went there. They were like, oh, you're so strong. So I flew kind of through all of those levels. Yeah. Do you want to teach? Cool. By the way, do you teach twerk? Why do you think I teach twerk? Because I'm black. Okay. I said, I don't know about that one, but this is what I do. Yeah. And I showed them, and they're like, yeah, just do that. Yeah. So started doing that, and that's how all of it happened, because I didn't want that downtime looking between acting work. Yeah. And then you go into the casting studios, and there's this air of desperation that I didn't like.
Everybody wants.
Yeah, and then you're like, well, I really need this because I'm a waitress or I work at a call centre and life is terrible. I didn't want that. I wanted to kind of be like, I'm auditioning. If I get it, cool. If I don't, I'm still loving my life either way. So that's kind of what it is now. So with the twerking, had you always known how to twerk, or? I assumed that we all did, in terms of the in terms of like the West African diaspora. I kind of assumed that's because I've always danced that way, even from when I was like 5 years old. I've always danced like
I was actually saying it, I was like, twerking, like Igbo aunties have been doing that literally at traditional weddings. Yeah, exactly. That's twerking and shaking it. My mum does it when we go to parties. Right. And then she says to me, oh, this twerking is so vulgar. But I'm like, that's exactly what you do actually. The last traditional wedding we went to, that's what you were doing.
And then you wrapped your wrap and you tripped it low.
Exactly.
And you brought it up slow. About. They try it. But I think it's because of the societal connotations that come with what we know to be twerk now. Yeah. But when my mum hits those parties, she's on and popping. Yeah. She'll do some shoulder, then she'll drop some booty. Yeah. And I'm like, that's it. I learned from you. Like, where did I learn to dance? From watching you dance at parties. And then I copied what you were doing. Exactly. And that's it. And I guess maybe we do it to different music. I can't imagine my mum doing it to 21 Savage. But, she could.
But she does it.
You could dub it over. Yeah.
So now that you do this, obviously you're very, very accomplished. Like, even before I followed you, seeing I was like, oh, my friends, I remember saying that, oh, there's this guy who might, because I'm the one that's mainly on Twitter. All my friends are on Twitter, but I'm the biggest user of it in our squad. Yeah. And they're like, oh, you might have seen her. Her name's Kele. And then everyone can't pronounce it. Her name's Kelechi. So they were like, she does this twerking. Like, we need to go to the studio. So I was like, oh, she's also really funny. So I'm going to click. So I'd seen you, but you're very accomplished. You're well known, you know, for your, and you just opened up your studio. Is it in Peckham? Yeah. In Peckham? Yeah. So coming to your parents and being like, hey, I'm gonna twerk for a living. Yeah. How did that go down as an African child? But
my mum is so used to me just coming up to her and being like, so I'm gonna do this, and that's the end of that. Because Brit School was around here, so I applied for Brit School when I finished secondary school to go to college, and I said to her, I'm not applying for any other college, I'm just applying to Brit School because that's where I'm going, and I don't see the point in applying for other places. Why entertain them? And she was like, oh, how are you going to go to college and just do drama? Well, what else am I going to do? That's all I ever want to do. Yeah. So I applied for Brit, got into Brit, that's it. When it came to uni, I was like, okay, I'm going to go and do theatre studies. She's like, over my dead body. You're not now going to go into uni and do the same thing. So if you can find a uni that allows you to do theatre studies and you can do something else that's more respectable, like law, then you can go. So I typed it into UCAS, and then the one uni that came up was Liverpool Hope, that I could do theatre studies with law. So I did a combined degree in that. So after that, I was like, okay, I've done what you want. I'm now going to go and look for Sierra in Atlanta. So I went to Atlanta for a bit, and that's when I really started to kind of fall in love with pole dance and things like that, seeing what they did in Atlanta. But it didn't mean that I started straight away. I just kind of logged it in my head, left it. called my mum one day when I was miserable working at a call centre, and I said, I'm going to become a personal... No, this is when I came back.
How long were you in America for?
A year.
Okay.
So yeah, I came back and I called my mum and said, I'm going to become a personal trainer. She's like, literally, I've killed me. That's this actress. And now personal trainer. Can't you go and do something like your age mates and go and be a nurse or go and be a lawyer? Yeah. And every time people would call her on the phone, they'd be like, what's your own daughter doing? Oh, Kelechi's doing her master's in law. I was like, you're a liar. You're a liar. I'm not doing any masters. I'm not doing anything. So it took her a while to get her head around personal training, but when that became successful, and I said, oh, I'm learning pole dance, by the way. So you're now wrapping yourself, you're just wrapping yourself around these objects. And she called it a tree because, you know, there's no alternative in Yoruba. Yeah. So she said...
Is your mum Yoruba?
Yeah, she's Yoruba, yeah. My dad's Igbo.
Do you speak and understand?
I understand Yoruba and I speak and I write Yoruba, but I don't understand Igbo.
Anything to do with
No. Just Bia, Dalu, that's it. And that's it, nothing else. And everyone said, you must learn your father's language.
And like, bitch, no.
No, soz. But I really should. I want to know more.
Okay.
Because all the names I find prettiest are Igbo
names.
I like them more.
Really?
But yeah, so my mum's used to me coming up to her and going, I'm going to do this, and that's the end. And because the studio, so I opened my first studio in Clapton in 2016, closed that one to open a bigger one in Peckham. She came to the launch party of both, but when she came to this one, she was like making videos in the pole studio. My daughter. She was like, my own daughter is a business owner. I was like, oh, so you know, you mind the business now.
You're happy.
That's what I mean. Like,
I feel like they're always just happy when they see the money coming in. And
yes, and to be able to, that acclaim to kind of be like, my daughter does this. And so now she'll call me randomly when she's at work, because she's a mental health nurse. She'll call me and be like, Kelechi, I found you a new customer. There's one horrible in my workplace. I'm like, you can't call people just horrible. You can't call them fat or big for no reason. It's like, you can come and train her because I'm not liking the way that she's looking recently. I'm like, oh. And they're in the background.
Yeah, they can hear.
Yeah. Like, thank you, Auntie, for calling her.
Oh.
So she's cool. She's cool, and I think she's gotten used to the fact that I'm very much going to do what I want to do, and no one's going to tell me different. So when my uncles and my stepdad, they'll call her and be like, can you see that Kelechi's building muscles? She's building muscle and looking really like a man. She's not going to find a husband though. Instead of her to be focusing on looking for a husband, she's lifting these weights and she's doing these things. My mum's like, yeah, bye.
Exactly. She has your back now.
Yeah. She doesn't play any of that.
Yeah.
She doesn't play that.
That's really, really... I don't know why our culture's like that. Like, like even like same thing with like Serena and Venus and all of that. Like being called a man, like because that's your body type.
Yeah.
Like, I don't... It's a really, really negative and it's a backwards way of thinking as well.
It's just really weird to me.
When will you marry as well?
When will you marry? No, that's my stepdad's concern. He's just like, Kelechi, your age mates, they're married and some of them even have 2 children and you're gallivanting on a pole. Like, we all make choices and this is my choice.
Yeah.
Good on them.
As long as you're happy with the choice you make, it shouldn't matter what's falling into anybody else's, I suppose, stereotype or
and it's just
ideal.
so boring to me. I mean, I love my friends' children, but I love them because I can give them back. I feel like there's so much that I want to do that when I feel like I've done enough of those things, then I'll consider things like that. Otherwise, no.
But do you want kids?
Eventually, but I don't really... It's not really a focus of mine. To me, it's still a bit...
far.
Yeah, that's can stay over there for a bit.
Okay. Yeah. So we're talking about my headlines. Yeah. Because I said before she jumped in this, I was like, let's not say anything because we want to say anything. Yeah. We're talking about my headlines, and you were like, you actually
5'4" Kevin Hart.
I've been asked so many times. You're so shady. Do you write for Gossip? I'm sure this is Gossip behind this account. I'm like, no, bitch, it's all me.
All me.
It's all on me.
Yeah.
So speaking about the headlines, I was like, I didn't want to say anything because I wanted to get your opinion on some of the things going on now. Yeah. Now, I've seen you not just tweet about, obviously, twerking and things like that. You also tweet a lot of empowering things. You're very spoken on racial issues as well. Always see you doing that. So I just thought these were things that were happening. I thought, although they're funny, because they're absolutely ridiculous, it would also be good to see how you feel about that. So, Kevin Hart cheating. Yeah. How do you feel?
I feel like your 2 eyes were working when you got with him. Like in the circumstances that you got with this guy, he was cheating. Yeah. So unless that was addressed, maybe in counselling, and I'm a firm believer that if you're going to get married, if you're going to have extensive counselling before that marriage takes place, because
even if you're coming in like, even if there's no outside,
just do that, because so many people plan amazing weddings, but they don't plan amazing marriages, and that's the problem. You spend so much money, a fraction of the money that you use to go and do get this caterer and do all of this stuff. You could have used that money to invest in a great counsellor, so both of you know what your expectations are before you enter into the marriage. Now, you got with someone who was having extramarital affairs, and somehow you thought that you were different. This is the issue, this myth that women are given, like when they're the mistresses or things like that, that, oh, you're just different, you make me feel differently, and while the main partner is vilified, like, oh, it's something that they're not doing right, and then you believe it and you think, yeah, I am. You're not. You're not. You're the same. You're the same.
It's just like, I mean, recently Toy Hart's spoken out, not necessarily specifically on the cheating, but more just on her, you know, and it's, let me tell you something, it's actually heart-wrenching and heartbreaking to see women come out and say, you know what, I was with this guy, because you meet a guy, you love him, you believe in his dreams, you buy into his dreams, everything is just, you know, great, and he makes it, he achieves those goals that both of you will work. You put your stuff on the side, and I've never been an advocate of this, like my dreams will always come first. Like, I'll support you, but you're not going to get in the way of what I want to do. No. So it's kind of like, you see these women that have done this, and then the guy comes up and he's like, actually, no, I'm done with you, kind of thing.
For something lighter and brighter.
Exactly. And Toy was speaking, and, you know, people were attacking her, oh, why are you talking? And it's just like, she made a good point. She was like, for years, this man had a whole tour based on his infidelity. You used me. I was the punchline. I was the punchline. And then now that I want to talk, why should I be silent?
Because it's that inherent misogynoir in society that black women really just shush your mouth. Like, you know, it's funny when he's talking about it and he gives us these funny takes, but if you break down what he's saying,
it's very disrespectful.
It's really disrespectful, and it's so horrible. Imagine someone disrespecting you in that in that way, and every time they get up on stage, people are laughing really at you, and they're making lots of money off it, and it's not money that you're really seeing, because where's the agreement that of all these shows, talk about me, but I must get a fraction of this. Then he did Real Husbands of Hollywood or whatever the hell he did, and he got someone else to like play her, and it's hilarious. All of these, we're laughing at someone else's pain. He talks about laugh at my pain. No, it was her pain. It's her pain. Yeah, your dad was a crack addict or whatever he was, and you can make jokes about that. That's fine. That's between you and your dad. But you took someone else's life, someone who invested in you, and you thought it was okay to cheat on them and do whatever. And I look back on the comments that, what's her name? Aniko, what that she wrote regarding
on Instagram,
and she's like, oh, you know, you weren't living together, you know, I'm just the one that's stuck. And you're really trying to justify
what you did.
And so I don't feel any empathy for her
whatsoever. I don't feel
anything for her. That's your business. That's your business, because as women, and that's not even a case of shaming, you know, because there's oftentimes victim shaming, all deeply rooted in misogynistic ideology. No, my issue is woman to woman, coming to her as a woman. You made that decision. You made that decision to sleep with someone else's husband, and you did that of your own accord, and you felt like it benefited you because he married you and you have this fancy life and everything's great, and oh, lo and behold, he's still the same person cheating, and now I should come and start giving you tears. Nothing.
But then I do think though, a lot of the time with guys, because we all know what it's like to be in love. And, you know, sometimes the writing is on the wall, but, you know, you're ignoring it because of what your partner is saying to you. I do think men a lot of times do come and they do paint a separate picture to their mistresses from what is the reality of the situation.
But they all paint the same picture using the same paint. So by this point, we should know that it's going to be, she's crazy, or she's this, she's that. Why are they all crazy? And how is it that you're the one that attracted all the crazy people?
Only you're the only one.
Are you a mental asylum that they all come to you? Is that, what? Why is it just you?
Exactly.
So I'm always worried when a guy says to me, she's crazy. I don't like that term.
No. I now ask the backstory. Why is she crazy?
What?
Oh, because I cheat. Well, there you go, honey. That's why she's crazy.
Okay.
Like, don't say I'm crazy. Ask what drove me mad.
Right.
Exactly. So I do agree.
Yeah, but I just can't feel anything for her. The same way that if it was to transpire that Alicia Keys was getting cheated on, I'd be like, well,
I don't buy into that Alicia Keys thing.
Sorry, babes.
I don't buy
Next time sing in tune and maybe that won't happen to you. Bitch.
I don't buy into Alicia Keys was a home wrecker, you know.
I don't buy into the fact. I wouldn't call her a home wrecker.
I do think that Swiss Beats and Mashonda were separated at the time when she came in.
She's been seeing the guy for 8 years.
Who?
Alicia Keys. Yes. All the time that she was saying, you don't know my name. No, he knew your name.
So was it her?
So for over that long period of time, it was her. So for me, I wouldn't call her a homewrecker because they were both complicit in what happened. I didn't like the fact that everyone focused on her. Oftentimes we focus on the woman and not the man, and that's why
he's the one that made the commitment and the vows.
Exactly. I didn't commit to anybody.
Yeah.
So I can do what I like, and so that's why I don't feel any empathy for Eniko, but at the same time I don't necessarily blame her. My issue is with Kevin Hart. This is the second time that you've been married, and this is the second time you have undermined your vows. So maybe marriage isn't for you. It's not by force, you know.
And the thing is that I think the biggest issue in this whole whatever that's been going on between Eniko, Kevin Hart, whatever, is that Eniko, you're a tall lady, you saw a 5'4" man, and you thought that there was somewhere you could go with.
But this is what I was going to say. You mentioned about love and things like that. No, let's be realistic. In this capitalistic age, you knew the lifestyle you could have, and oftentimes you fall in love with the lifestyle that somebody could give you. And I've been in that situation before. When I was a younger baby girl, you'd meet guys and you're like, okay, they're married or they might have a main girlfriend, but the amount of money, the amount of wealth that they have, you're like, I'll be fine. You know, I don't have any commitments, I don't have any responsibility. Yeah, I don't have any responsibility. Where's she going to go?
She's got $1 million baby in her womb.
What's she going to do?
Exactly.
So you stay where you are.
But she does have a meal ticket in her womb though. It's sad to say, but
that covers the baby, really. And it'll cover a bit, but it covers a bit of your life. Imagine the life she's living now, all the things she has now, the access to money she has now. She won't have that same access. So her lifestyle will drop.
Because Tori's getting roughly around 50k a month.
Yeah, and that's nothing. If you think of the kind of life they like to live. They can spend 50k on a shopping trip. Usher's always telling us that he spends 60k.
That's not the only thing he's doing about. But we'll speak on that. But that's, I suppose you are right. Like it's not equivalent to probably the lifestyle Nico's living and stuff. And they're still going ahead with their $116,000 baby shower, Lion King. I think that's quite ironic.
Funny,
funny. But I think it is just a cover up. Like, but I mean, I suppose it has been planned. But I'm not gonna lie, I would cancel it. You know, I think
she wouldn't. She wants to save face. She doesn't realise that we live in this kind of cyclical dynamic. When you're dealing with a man who's prone to cheating, it's a cycle.
Yeah, it's going to happen again.
Yeah.
But even speaking of people that are cheating, like even when I look at Jay-Z's, till today I wonder, how did that guy get away with cheating? Because the streets were talking in the sense that Beyonce had said a few, like I was listening to, even when, like, If I Was a Boy.
Yeah.
There was other stuff she said before, and we all just assumed, oh, Beyonce is just, you know, female empowerment. She's just speaking everybody's truth.
Yeah.
We didn't know she was speaking her own truth. Do you know what I mean? So Lemonade came out. Even when Lemonade came out, people still didn't believe that he really cheated. Because I remember listening to it and I was like, I think he cheated, but people are like, nah.
No, I've always known. Like, let's be serious. Like, Beyonce can't act, innit? So there are people saying things like, oh, she's speaking about women's pain generally. No, it was very apparent to me she's speaking about hers. She doesn't know how to convey emotion unless it's emotion that she's genuinely feeling.
They're gonna come for you.
That's fine, but then do you have a
YouTube?
No.
Oh, okay. I think it's direct the comments under your YouTube video. But her Twitter, you can take it to her, please. I'm not involved.
Join me. But they know themselves, and that's why I respect the Beehive. They know that their queen can't act.
Yeah.
So I mean, she knows.
They know that.
Really?
I don't think they think that there's nothing on earth that woman can't do.
Oh wow!
Like they think that her Instagram is popping. I'm like, her Instagram looks like what an auntie like. When I see her Instagram,
when she come and do shoe and bag, and I'm like,
you know the time that she did this shoe and bag, and it looked like Liverpool. You know Liverpool Street,
Oliver Ashley,
the shoe and bag your mum buys when she's going to Nigeria for wedding.
And then she was proper, and then she individual shots.
And then her selfies as well. It's like, auntie, no, but she's actually entered auntie mode. The other day, when she went to that diamond ball, I don't know if you saw that she was wearing that green dress. And
then she cut one of the legs.
You know what? Everyone's like, oh my gosh, this is so endearing. Beyonce's just like us. But I was thinking, you got rich as fuck. You should have bought. There's Spanx that are like thongs. Like you should buy them from Primark.
Right?
Why did you come and cut one leg? And then not only did you cut the leg, we can actually see. Like, we can see the other leg.
You defeated the purpose. And at this stage, you're so media trained that you should know that the cameras will catch you from any angle.
They'll catch you from under your skirt.
Right. So why was that one leg?
I don't know, but it's unfortunate. But in any case, her breasts look good from the twins. Yeah. But what I was saying was, I don't know how. Like, okay, streets were talking. Yeah. Kind of. We heard what she had to say, but I really don't know how he did it without it ever coming out in terms of, okay, the mistress has come out.
Non-disclosure agreements.
Do you think he made them sign?
He got Brock up in an elevator and we didn't get any information about it until they were ready to release it. And that's with us having visual proof of Solange hitting him in the elevator.
You think they released that elevator video?
No, I'm saying that even when that came out, we still didn't get any information about it. Really.
About
what transpired. We didn't know anything about it until they were ready.
Yeah.
And Beyonce just said, oh, you know, something million in the elevator, whatever.
And he came out.
And then he came out. So they control the narrative. So you can imagine all the other narratives they've been able to control throughout.
That's why I've always said that when people say they love Beyonce and stuff like that, I'm like, for me, there's something quite sinister.
You're treading on thin ice.
About to crack. I think there's something quite sinister about her. Even like when you think about her past bandmates and stuff like that, they've all implied like there's something. I don't know.
You just have to look at previous videos, like, to see the kind of person she is, and that's all I'll say. Like, you look, the eye cutting that she does and the coughing that she does at certain points, like.
I think she's been media trained now.
Yeah.
But in the past, she was very shady.
She was very, very shady, and they're like, "Oh, look, it was so cute. Look at our queen." I'm like, no, that shows me everything. Like, every time that Michelle would drop on stage, she wouldn't even look back.
Kenny would at least glance.
Yeah, Kenny would be like, oh, babe, I've got to go. But no.
Be right back.
Beyonce wouldn't even look back. She's like, you're not my business. Like, she's always been focused. Yeah, she's always been focused. And that's one thing I do respect about her. The fact that she's always been focused on her end goal. Like, you can join me for the ride, but your work ethic has to match mine. Yeah. And there's a ruthlessness to that I think you have to implement. Otherwise, people will drag you back. Like, when you when we were speaking before this, and you said, oh, will anyone be coming with you to the studio?
And
I said no, because I can't someone else's higgy hagger to make me late
to what I need to do.
Yeah, I don't play that. So I understand in that respect you can't afford for other people to hold you back. But it's not just the money, it's the power, the social influence that she has, where if she gives you a narrative, that is the one that people are going to buy into. Yeah, and that's it. Yeah. And that scares me. That scares me that someone has that much power.
Yeah. So just gonna read some of the comments.
Yeah.
So Lucky T says 50k is chicken money for Kevin Hart. The guy gets a deal every month. Yeah, apparently he's the second highest paid actor in Hollywood now, or something like that. I don't know. Probably. I don't know, but someone said it. He is the second highest, or yeah, he is. Life and BTB says Nana doesn't want the Beehive. I don't want the Beehive trouble. And Lucky T says Beehive are coming for y'all. They are in their masses, but I'm ready. I mean,
it's nothing malicious. It's just a fact. Like,
and even with the extortion as well, the money. Because the girls come out to say that she didn't actually ask for any money. Blah blah blah. Do you think you should have just paid? Do you know what? Can I just say? Yeah. If my man cheated on me, please don't come and make a public video apologizing. I don't want it. Yeah. Like, it's not like I'm trying to save face, but I find it even more. And the thing that
he didn't make the public video for her though.
He made it to save. And even I've heard PR. And I've heard as well that the stuff he was doing about raising money and things like that
was to pay for it.
Not just pay for it, but also to give a public image. So because he knew this was about to come out. And looking at the video, when he came out, he did his video that I said 5'4".
Yeah.
He never really said, oh, I cheated and whatever. He just said sexually compromising or explicit or something like that. But the video was literally a sex tape. There were 3 of them in that bed.
I haven't seen it.
Well, you can't see, but you can tell what's going on. You can hear. There were 3 of them in that bed. Yeah. So him and 2 other women. Yeah. And he's fucking them, like, he's going at it kind of thing. One even I think falls off the bed. Wow. And then he's still with the other. It's just, the whole thing is just a mess kind of thing. And it's like, don't come out and just, I don't know.
He didn't make it for her. The words that he used, someone wrote those words for him, and they very much tried to avoid the terms like cheating and all of that, because that will stick.
And he made it, and the video disgusted me because he made it seem like he's the victim.
But that's it, and that's why I didn't back down when you posted it on Twitter.
5'4".
Yeah, 5'4" Kevin Hart. And when he talks about, I've got a target on my back, so you didn't see the target on your back when you were there pounding away.
The thing is that he came on the Breakfast Club and he said the same thing. He said, "Oh, he wouldn't cheat because it's too risky."
But I
wouldn't say that.
No, I wouldn't cheat because I'm very invested in this relationship,
and I don't want to hurt the person I'm with.
No, because it's never been about that.
Yeah.
And there was no accountability in that video. All he says is, I should have known better because people are out to get me. That's really what I got from the video. Not that, my God, I really fucked up. I'm so sorry. None of that. It was just, I've got a target on my back and I should realise that people, and I won't let people use me for financial gain. So look at you, your short devil self. It's only because they wanted money from you that you decided I'm going to speak out, so they don't have anything to use against me. I get ahead of the story. That's it. He was just trying to get ahead of the story, and I'm really disappointed. I've gone to all of his live shows since, you know, since he's been out, whenever he's come to Indigo or whatever, and then the last one he did at O2, and I was so proud of him. I was really rooting for him. And then he did this, and I just said, no, now you can have no more of my money, because I see that it's my money that you're using, that is doing you in your head.
That's you're cheating.
No more money for you.
Anyways, I hope you wrapped it up. Don't do an Usher. Don't be spreading
herpes.
The herpes all about. And apparently there's a guy as well involved.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Do you think he's on the down low?
I think that I'm always saying this. I feel like sexuality is a spectrum, and then sometimes when you have access to things, you can explore more. That's what I think with money and you know, things like that, you can explore.
It's just like, do you watch Insecure?
Yes.
Yeah. So you know when Molly first season,
that first day,
yeah, and he said that he
experimented.
Yeah, and would you, if you met a guy, you liked him, whatever, he was great, and he told you that, would you be comfortable?
I think that I'm not as progressive and as wealth, you know, vastly thinking as I would like to be. I feel that I would be similar to Molly, and I dislike that about myself. I would like to get to the point where I don't hold that against someone, but I'm not there.
I don't think it's holding that against someone. I have to say, I would be the same.
But then it's holding it against, because when we hear about girls doing, you know, doing whatever in college, we're like, oh, experimenting, because for some reason it's not as threatening when it's a woman and a woman.
Yeah.
But when it's a man, we have this perception of masculinity.
But I wouldn't hold it against them. But I just don't want to. I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with you.
But why? I just see, this is it. This is
something about my lady juices dries up knowing that you've been fumbling about with a guy.
Yeah, and I know that that's some inherent homophobia within myself. That
do you think it's homophobia?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not homophobic, but I just wouldn't. I wouldn't date a bisexual man.
Yeah, but see, I wouldn't think of myself as, but I know that there are notions of thinking. It's the same when we say to white people, like that, what you've just said there has racist connotations, and they go, I'm not racist. Yeah. But the thinking, there's something underlying in what we're thinking that stops us from, that shouldn't be a problem, basically. Yeah. And yet we see it as a problem. An issue. Yeah. And so as much as I was like, Molly, what are you doing? I'm like, no, Molly, I would have done the same. I would have done the same. Sorry. I would hope I could get past that, but I wouldn't. Yeah. It would bother me.
So you're not surprised by Usher? Did you always think he was?
And he's, you know, like I said, I was in Atlanta for a while, and Atlanta, the first thing, when I made a group of girlfriends out there, like to hang out with and stuff.
Oh my God! Don't they tell you about like guys? Be careful with the guys.
That's the
every time you're in Atlanta, that's the first thing they say to you. Be careful with the guys. For those of you who don't know, when you're in Atlanta, they always say be careful with the guys. Yeah. Because so many guys are like on the down low or swinging both ways, and like the, you know, disease, this and that. Not please, not to say that only gay people. But obviously, when you have multiple sexual partners, it's very. And that's the first thing.
That's the first thing. They took me out for drinks at Grapes. I'm sure Grapes is gone now, near Phipps Plaza, and they were just like, yeah, girls. So, first thing you need to know about guys over here, a lot of them are on the down low, so just be careful when you're, and I think it was more so from the emotional investment perspective. Like, you're thinking, oh yeah, this is going great, when you're really just a beard. Yeah, you're just a beard. Like, he's just using you for optics.
Yeah.
And that
is one thing I've actually I've been told when I'm in Atlanta, and I know for a fact that
that's it. So Usher, Atlanta, all makes sense. I'm not surprised.
Now I'm thinking, which other stars are from Atlanta?
T.I. wouldn't surprise me either. Him and his short devil self.
Yeah. How tall is he? 5'2"?
Probably, or shorter.
5'1".
That's when they can do all of these crazy things that they do.
Because they're short.
They're short. And I think it's the lack of oxygen that makes it down to them. It stops them from freaking properly.
And it's like, I really miss when a short man carries himself like a tall man. Like, I'm sorry, I've said this. Like, you cannot be short and cheat on me, because you're short and I really just gave you a chance. Like, I'm trying to be progressive here. I'm trying to give you equal rights, and I gave you a chance. And then you have the audacity to come and cheat on me.
But they dislike you for that, because they're like, no one else wanted me and you wanted me. What? So is this a pity party? Like, let me cheat on you so you know that I can
still get it.
So, okay. Alright. Okay. So no, No, don't do them any favours. Don't do
No, I don't do. Listen,
no.
I've always said I want someone like 6'2" plus.
Yeah.
But there's like one 6'2" guy in the world.
But then this is it. The taller, I feel like there has to be a height. There's an optimal height for fidelity, because too short, the oxygen doesn't make it down to them. Too tall, the air's too thin.
It's too thin.
The air's too thin because we've been taking it up at this level.
It's like Joe from Insecure, 6'8". That's why he's wilding. That's why he's doing open marriage.
He's just flailing up there. Molly, it is what it is. And he's not attractive to me.
Let me say this, because I did a thread about this. I don't know if you saw my little thread that I did. He's not attractive. Like, if someone showed me a picture of him, he's like, oh, here's Joe. I'm not going to be like, yeah, baby, yeah. But
it's the character. It's the character that's attractive.
But then I followed him on Instagram, because eventually I'm going to slide into the DM. I'm going to be honest with you guys about the people I'm going to slide into the DM. So that if anyone ever sends a screenshot, I said it myself.
I told you already.
Exactly. I've been telling you guys I was going to slide into the DM.
And one day, I mean, in my comment section, if you ever check Jumon Honsu, I'm always there like, hey, babe.
How you doing?
Hey, can all the other ladies stop commenting, please? So don't ever screenshot and be like, look at what Kelechi's doing.
I told you. So I'm telling you, I'm going to slide into his DMs. I'm just waiting for the right moment.
Yeah.
But I follow him, and he seems not like his character, but he seems to have like fine boy confidence.
Yeah.
So there's something about him. But I was watching him. He's so like on the show. He's so sensual.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. He knows where to touch. He's like very. I love in a guy. I love confidence. and self-awareness.
Yeah.
Like a guy that knows himself. Knows what he can do.
Exactly.
For you. For your body.
Right.
For your mind. For your soul. For your spirit.
And they just look at you and they're just like, all of it.
All of it.
I will handle all of it.
Don't worry, I got you.
And you're like, yeah, well.
I'm like, Molly, I'm not going to lie, I would have done the same.
When I saw her open the door, I said, sister, give me high five.
Exactly.
I
was hoping it wasn't that short guy.
No, and I don't, that comedian. And because I know he's a comedian as well.
He can't take it seriously.
I just don't find, and then big glasses that he was wearing, like, his ones are like, they were like this.
And I've been in that, I'm going to date you for pity, and I know that's what Molly did. I don't know why she had sex with him.
It wasn't even like pity. I think
she wanted to give herself
I want to be a better person. Yeah. I want to make more responsible decisions. But sometimes responsible decisions are so dry. You know? So, you know what, Molly, you're not...
Live a little.
Yeah, you're not with anyone. Just do what you're doing, but I don't think... I don't think she does.
I don't think the wife knows, and I don't believe they have an open marriage.
I feel like if they have an open marriage, there are definitely rules, and he's breaking every bloody rule. Yeah, because and the open marriages I know, you can sleep with someone maybe once.
People in open marriages, and it works.
Yeah, for them. But it's all about communication. Like, you have to really say that these are the rules. Are you happy with these rules? And you have to let each other know if anything's going like off kilter. Like, say, but I don't. Yeah, I don't think she knows.
A lot of people argue as well that open marriages are better for the marriage because, like, you're having sex with one person for the rest of your life.
Yeah,
and that's cool and all, but it might get boring. I'm not saying it would for me. I think you can always find different ways to spice it up. But if you're completely emotionally invested in that person, you're getting your sexual satisfaction elsewhere, that it is actually the best relationship you can have. Personally, not for me. I take marriage very, very seriously. Like, I think you made these vows. I think it's between two people. Whether it's a man and a woman and a woman, a man and a man. You've committed to that person. And you said, yo, I'm stepping out of the game. So I don't think you should go and then be dipping and doing it and in every, like...
I think the problematic notion lies in the fact that we think that sex is the only form of intimacy you can have between two people, and that's the issue. So people go, the first thing people think when it comes to marriage is like you're having sex with one person for the rest of your life, but sex is only one aspect of all the other things, of all the other things that you have within that relationship. And that's what makes me sad, that people almost go into it losing, because once, maybe, for instance, women sometimes, you know, when they have babies, some of them don't feel very sexual, but there should be other ways that you can access intimacy and for you to feel closeness together in the relationship, and people don't work hard enough to find those other areas. So once the sex drops, it's like, well, what am I meant to do? There are other things, but at the same time, you can't expect your one partner to be everything to you, because you're not everything to yourself. That's why you have friends, because friends add to you. So you're expecting one person, because you've married them, to be everything. And then that dries it up as well. So I'm not saying I'm for open marriages, because I'm too much of a jealous person for that, but good on anyone who's doing it and they're doing it well.
But and also, can I just say, men, stop using the notion of, oh, human beings weren't meant to be monogamous because animals are not. We are superior. Although we are animals, technically, we have higher intelligence. so you're aware and you're not like. And
but it's rubbish because they always use the animals that aren't. Use the animals that are. I can't name it off the top of my head, but they're usually birds.
Okay, yeah.
I know of birds that they go around the world for like a year and they return, they plan a spot with their partner and they meet back at the same spot. And someone was like, yeah, but maybe they spend 6 months elsewhere and then they come back from cheating. I mean, either way, it's working for them.
Exactly.
You know? So whatever they're doing is working. And I think nature is incredible that every year they make it back to each other at that same spot. They wait for each other at that same spot. Think of how massive the world is.
Yeah. That's why these penguins were beefing that time, because the wife was cheating with the other. Girl.
So it's possible, but you can find anything to justify
anything.
Yeah.
So just gonna read some of the comments.
Yeah.
Don Jade said Beyonce got cheated on by the greatest of all time. Anita got cheated on by a short greatest of all time. Black men don't cheat.
Okay, sorry.
Shut up your mouth. Ty Simmons says Kevin Hart said he had a target on his back, like he wasn't slinging peen whilst married.
Right.
In the Breakfast Club interview, he basically said, "I'm too famous now. I could never cheat." Yeah, that makes exactly. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
You can't cheat because you're famous, not because you
care
value your wife and you love her. Boss Barb says, "Usher is bi?" ? We don't know.
We don't know,
but it's believable that he's on the down low. So guys, we're going to play some music. We'll be back shortly with more mess and talking more about sexuality, twerking, and then also the Curious Cat was open. I keep saying my cat is open, and people ask questions. So we're going to go through the questions and see what Kelechi's thoughts are. I'm going to hit you guys with some Bow Wow and Amari. Alright guys, we're back. A lot of mess going on off the mic, but don't worry, it's filmed so you can watch everything we had to say off the mic. But yeah, so we're back. So I wanted to talk to you now about sexuality.
Yes.
So you are obviously, like you said, people have commented that, oh, you're masculine, you're masculine, you've got this, you've got that in terms of your body. And twerking and pole dancing, it's a very sexual thing. I mean, even sometimes I think, like, I've seen your studio, and like my friends have been like, oh, like we should go, and I'm like, yeah, like, after I have my show we'll talk about going.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think, is this something like someone like me should be doing, kind of thing? And it's a very sexual, and you have in your mind the kind of women that should be on that pole, the Black Chynas, the Cardi B's, the this and the that. So how do you own your own sexuality when you get on, knowing that people have this and that to say about you?
For me, it's just that other people's comments are really irrelevant to my life. If I cared about what people thought, I probably wouldn't have written as many tweets as I do. I just feel that a lot of people are so confined within their understanding. I don't have time to try and help them unlock the door that they're pulling shut themselves. They don't want to come out, so they can stay there and peer through like the little peephole and condemn what they're seeing on the outside, but they're still the ones that are locked in. Pole dance is incredible. It's an incredible way to be fit, and it's an incredible way to explore your sexuality and your sensuality. I think for women, we've been given this whole virgin false dichotomy to buy into, that it's either you're one or the other, when actually we exist on a spectrum of various things.
You can be a semi-whore.
Yeah, you could be half-whore. Hey! And that's why I never shy away from using terms like hey ho, like when I'm talking to my really close friends, or I say like a hoe never gets cold like Cardi B.
I literally said that the other day. Yeah, I wore next to nothing out, and I was like, it's okay, a hoe never gets cold. Exactly,
because it's a reclaiming of those terms that are meant to demean you, and that's how I see pole and twerk. It's men, it's the male gaze that's inferring sexualization onto these things, or hypersexuality on these things. Sexuality is not bad. Sensuality is not bad. It's part of who we are. We're energy, and we need to explore that energy to be our strongest selves. And it's when I started tapping more into my sexuality and sensuality that my life improved exponentially. Like, I had my second studio because of that. And women come to me knowing that they're safe to explore that where I am, and that's what we should encourage each other to do, to find our best selves. I know that people are, getting married, they're in relationships, and they come to my classes and they're so stiff, and I'm like, a whole you is in a relationship. What are you doing there?
For your man?
What are you doing? What are you doing for yourself? What are you doing for yourself? Because it's more about your pleasure. What pleasure are you getting from being stiff as a board? Can't whine, won't whine. What? it's not great.
Yeah.
And there's a part of ourselves, a part of our brains, a part of our personhood that we're not using by looking outwardly at other women and condemning them. It's funny to me when people go, oh, if it doesn't work out at school, I'll just become a stripper. But bitch, you could never.
Exactly.
Do you know how hard
Your
it
faith
is?
couldn't.
Do you know how hard it is?
And I see them
how
on
many
the skills
hours?
as well.
Yeah, how many hours you need to train before you can even do those tricks? How many months you need to put in to even learn those tricks? Not every stripper pole dances, and not every pole dancer strips. So they're separate things that some people have put together to earn money. And it's funny because men will say all of these things about strippers and whoever else, but you're the one taking your earned money, your hard-earned money, and you're throwing it at them. So who really has the power in that situation? Look at the way that a strip club is built. Who is higher? Visually, who is higher? The stripper is above them. So she's above them, they're looking up at her and they're dashing money at her. So you're praising me, you're worshipping me, you're worshipping my sexuality. However inverted the notion is that you sell yourself, you came here tonight to worship me and to give me your money. So I praise women like that. I don't praise their lack of self-awareness and their emotional depletion that we find in people like Black China. But someone like Cardi B, I see her journey and I respect her journey.
Yeah, definitely.
And she's grown with it and she's doing as much as she can with it. So I think those things are important. A pole is it's a piece of chrome. Yeah. It's a 10-foot. It's a 10-foot piece of chrome. You jump on it. When gymnasts are on a gymnastics beam, no one goes, you whore.
Exactly.
No, because for some reason we've decided that that's high art, that's okay, that's fine. But this thing isn't. Why is it? Because it's predominantly black women that we see doing it, that we are exposed to. Is that why it's bad? Same with twerking, because we predominantly see black women doing it, so that's why it's bad. Like we said earlier, our aunties, our mums have been dancing in this way for generations.
My mum complains. I remember in the kitchen or whatever, sometimes my sister's like, we're cleaning up, you know, we get the music and we start twerking, we start dancing. I'm like, this is your dancing, this is so on our on our room for those of you who don't know what I mean, it means like it makes people sit. And I'm just like, but mum, like when you go, like I've seen her guys, she'll get her cloth, shaking her ass. And the technique that they've got exactly.
Boom, boom, boom.
Even my grandma does it. Like my grandma, like my granddad's brothers' wives, they're all doing it. I'm like, bitch, it's the same.
Yeah, just because
all just that the song isn't saying make that ass clap,
like, and that's it. But the moment it says it, that's what you're doing. And I just think even when you look at things like breastfeeding is yucky for people because you're feeding a child with the thing that the breast was meant for. It's suddenly yucky because but if you have it out in a bra and you're posing with it, that's nice. It's weird how you can't use your body to serve your greater self if a man can't consume it. I know, like I looked at my demographics, you know, I looked at my demographics, how it breaks down. I'm followed by 70% women. Because men should know by now, I'm not here for you. Exactly. I don't care about you. Like, you're welcome to be part of this conversation, but just don't speak, just listen. Because women have been silenced for so long, this is their time to speak out. And whether they want to do that through pole dancing or twerking, you just be quiet and let them do what they're doing. So yeah.
So speaking on, so obviously just cautious of the time, we've got a lot of questions. I want to get through all the questions. But before we get there, I want to talk about Kylie Jenner. Oh. So, Kylie Jenner apparently is pregnant. Travis Scott has ruined his career and he left his super soaker seeds in her. And now that shit done grew into a baby. I saw your thread this morning about her journey. And I think of all the kind of celebrity, I think maybe this one, I wouldn't say affects me, but this one is heartbreaking to me the most.
It makes me sad.
I feel like when I look at Gary Coleman, Michael Jackson, they were kind of out of my time. And when I jumped on, they were adults and just like, what are you doing? So I wasn't there to, like, when my parents talk about their journey and their parents did this, it's like, okay, it's sad, but I wasn't there. Watching Kylie be pimped out, essentially, her whole life, and now she's become she's become a woman in her own right. And I think this whole thing is sad. If she really is pregnant, even if she isn't pregnant, her life is sad. I don't foresee a positive end to this of her life. Not that she's going to kill herself, but I just foresee her being getting up and like she already is in therapy. I foresee her getting older and being a very broken, confused kind of person. And you know, even like it was her birthday and Travis Scott came, and then the cake he had, on the cake he was like, "Oh, happy birthday, I love that fat pussy." And that's what the cake said. I will find the picture and post it. He literally said that on the cake.
That blows my mind.
And then
she has no lips on her face. How does she have lips? Sorry, I'm digressing.
Maybe the lips on her face went to her mother, her sisters. I don't know about her brother because I would never leave the house.
No.
But you know, her family was there.
Yeah.
Even if it was just my sisters who, you know, were more. I would be so mortified if my partner,
the kind of family,
exactly,
the kind of family she has,
and it's just I feel like she hasn't been protected the way she should have been.
None of them were.
I think Kim, Courtney, and Chloe had a better, maybe more Kim and Courtney, because I think Kim does this shit because she wants to.
Yeah.
Because their dad was alive. Like, he hit the roof when Kim ran off and got married. I do not believe if their father was still alive, they would be doing the rubbish they do. They may have a show, but it wouldn't be the way it is. They wouldn't be posting naked pictures. I really don't think so.
But who knows? I just, life is so weird, because after the ruling on OJ and the fact that their dad was part of that, I would have seen that his career would have been on the decline. That's personally what I believe, and therefore they would have been driven to that at some point in order to generate their own revenue. And Chris has always had that kind of business mentality, and she would have encouraged them. Like, look at the people they used to hang around with, like Paris Hilton. But Kim was basically Paris Hilton's maid, you know. And she'd go and help her sort out her wardrobe and things like that. So Chris was going to use them eventually to get something substantial.
It's just very unfortunate.
But highly sad.
Okay, sorry to interject.
Yeah.
Even Caitlyn. Sorry, we're gonna edit that out. Yeah. Even Caitlyn. Whatever role she wants, Caitlyn is their father. Yeah. Like, even if you're not their mother, you're the father. Yeah. Caitlyn, you're their father. Some part of you must remember being a father, even if you now identify as a woman. Yeah. And there should be that fatherly instinct to go and protect your daughters. You know, running around with a guy that's 20-something that has kids when you're like 16 odd. How was that ever allowed? Kind of thing. And Chloe said the same thing. Chloe said she lost her virginity at 14 to an older guy. And it's like, okay, knowing you regret that, knowing all that, why was your sister, and she was having sex at 14, because I remember, at 16, because I remember she was doing a show and she was talking about her birth control, and she was 16, this was Kylie, and she's like, how do you let your sister, like, if I found out, I would go hunt that guy down and kill him.
But how can you? They're so busy with their own lives, everyone's so kind of insular, like they're all so involved in their own lives, they don't have time to save
and
their
they're
sisters.
They're all attention so it's like seeking. Everybody's busy thinking about how they're going to be the one that
it's depraved, like their whole family, their entire family structure is dysfunctional, is highly dysfunctional, and each and every single one of them is suffering from some sort of depravity that is caused solely by their mother. Like, Chris is a horrendous mother. She's a great manager. If you're talking about someone who can make you money, Chris can make you money.
Rob is a test. I think Rob is literally a visual representation of how bad of a mother she is.
But men can't survive in that family. Men can't survive in that family. And not just men,
most especially black men. Why do they continue? Like, I've said this on the show before. Like, is it fat asses? Because your own women have... And please, this is not me saying that interracial dating is wrong.
No.
But that interracial dating, when it's the Kardashians, it's wrong. These people have no care or understanding of the black culture. Yeah. They suck it and they use it to their own benefit. Yeah. How do black men continue to seek these women out and decide that these are the women they want to build something
with? Because they're broken. I mean, we know this already. Like, the answer's there, staring us in the face. Because these type of black men that go to them are broken, and they see they feel like they can transcend race. Like, I wrote a thread about this before, and Kanye's fans came and tried to attack me, and I had to go and tell them to go and sit down somewhere. They are broken, and they feel that they can transcend race by being in a closer proximity to whiteness. A lot of people believe this, and to them this is the most kind of palatable kind of whiteness, where they're trying to be black, they're trying to take things from black culture, so you don't feel like you're selling out too much. And they go and get the visual signifiers of what people take blackness to be, like the stereotypes of the bum, the lips, everything. But you'll never be happy. Like, look at what Kanye looks like now. That is someone who's eating solely from depression and unhappiness, and I think that he might be on medication that's also causing that, but he just doesn't appear to me to be a happy person.
He's so far downward, like,
and I don't see Kim helping him. No. She's getting her biracial babies and she's living her best life too. She's only trying to save face. Like, when is it Chloe that ran back to Lamar after he had the overdose and in a brothel. Why do their lives end up there? And I don't want to blame it on them. They choose men who are broken. They're attracted to men who are broken, and the broken men are attracted to them.
Because I think also because like someone like it's so funny. Diddy is so shady.
Yeah.
So Diddy has cropped every time he's been at an event. Yeah. The Kardashians have been there and they've jumped in the picture of him. He's cropped them out.
Yeah.
I feel like they would never ever get a man like that.
They would,
because he's so comfortable in his blackness. Yeah. He's so comfortable in his like all his baby mamas are like black.
Light skin black, yeah.
No, not all of them are like. The one Kim Porter isn't like.
Right, yeah.
And I think that was the love of his life, for me, quite frank.
No, I feel like J-Lo was the love of his life.
Do you think?
Yeah, come on, I need a girl, you're the one that I will always miss. Now, he loved J-Lo so much.
For so long, though.
He loved Kim. It's not Kim, he loved J-Lo.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, he was with Kim for a very long time either way.
Yeah.
All his baby mamas are black. Who are his baby mamas? He has 3, doesn't he? Okay, yeah, 2 are light skin and then 1 is Kim, who's dark.
And then now he's with
But either way, he's very, very comfortable in being a black man.
Yes.
He praises black women.
Yes.
All that
he's
kind of
doing
stuff.
his own thing.
He's living his best life, and he's a billionaire kind of thing. Jay-Z too.
No, I think they could get Jay-Z.
Do you think they can?
Yes, I think they can get Jay-Z.
Do you think the reason
he loves light, bright, and almost white? Like Jay-Z loves that.
Do you think the reason why Jay-Z is aloof towards them now is because of Beyonce?
Only because he was friend up with Kanye during them times as well, and everyone would be hanging around together. I think it was Beyonce that was like, look, I don't want to hang out with these people. They are ruining my look.
Yeah.
And so he had to distance himself, and in distancing himself from Kim, he had to distance himself from Kanye.
Although apparently they're working on rebuilding their friendship, but I don't necessarily think that's a good look.
He's broken the trust by standing on stage and saying all the things that he said. I couldn't be friends with someone like that. And if you think of how hard they work to keep their privacy, I couldn't be friends with someone like that. After you've done that to me, I don't know what else you could do. We won't be friends like that again. Like, I won't even let you come to the parties, to be honest, because I don't know what you're going to say.
Exactly.
So yeah,
he's a messy Betty, to be
honest.
But
I think they could probably get Jay-Z. Not I don't know. You know, I was surprised when I heard that Jamie Foxx has been with Katie Holmes for the longest. I don't know anything anymore.
Jamie Foxx is very he's very weird to me, because Jamie Foxx is a man that I think is very, I would have penned him as someone comfortable in his blackness for the people, blah blah blah. But he continuously only dates white women. But that's his baby mamas are all white.
See,
he's Katie Holmes, and it just something is. You know, he speaks a lot about race. He speaks about how when he was up and coming and he was a piano player, he had to go to events and he was playing piano. He had to go to events through the back because they wouldn't let him through the front door. So you know
what it is. But I think with a lot of black men, not every black man, but with a lot of black men, they can see racism insofar as it affects them as black men. But when they now need to take it further and see it genderized in terms of how it affects black women, they can't make it that far.
But then why do you think that he continuously only dates white women? Because it
makes him more successful. Like to them, it adds to their status to be with a white woman. Like, I genuinely think at the beginning, like, Kanye thought he was doing the greatest thing ever by being with Kim, and there are so many white women there are so many white women that add to your life. Kim is not one of them. She's just not.
I never understood that fascination. Like, he was like, apparently she was texting him things when he was with
that one. That one.
When she was married as well, she was. Anyways, Kylie, I really hope she's not pregnant. I hope it's...
Well, if she is, it is what it is. I just feel that it's unfair. For me, it's unfair because she got her new lips on her face, like yesterday. She hasn't even been able to enjoy her new body, really. Yeah, she hasn't been...
breasts. And because that ain't real. We're not buying it.
You know, she hasn't been able to use all of that. You know, like, not, you know, use it in the sense like wear things, enjoy it.
Next
you know,
but
no. Now it's just like, well, you're expecting, and everything's just going to go out the window, and you're going to have to. I already feel like she looks like Kim's age mate. She's only 20, and
she looks older than Kendall.
Right.
She looks older than Kendall
because of all the things that she's had done so quickly. She just makes me sad because, like I tweeted yesterday, her life looks like a Snapchat video that you've sped up by like 1,000. Like, she hasn't had time to really have a childhood.
And she said that in therapy. She said that she feels like she's lost herself.
Yeah.
On this show. But anyways, listen guys, this interview was filmed, so if you missed it, if there was something you wanted to hear that you didn't hear, if you just want to laugh all over again, please go and like, subscribe, comment on my YouTube. It's gonna be dropping on Tuesday.
Woo!
So obviously Kelechi will be tweeting as well, so you can go and click on it from her. It was absolutely amazing.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for everything you covered. Tell people how they can find you. Tell people about your class. Give them all the information on you.
So it's really simple. My handle is Kelechnekoff, so it's like Kelechi, but then take out the I, then it's Nekoff, Kelechnekoff, and that's it, Kelechnekoff.com, and it's Kelechnekoff on Instagram and Twitter. So come through to a class. There are classes pretty much every day.
And which ones do you specifically teach?
So I teach the beginners pole dance on a Monday, and I teach the beginners pole dance on a Friday as well, and then twerk I teach on a Thursday and a Sunday afternoon. So join me.
We shall be, guys. Make sure you follow her, make sure you like her post, make sure you go to these classes as well. It all sounds great. I personally am literally about to drop in a group chat. I can see them text about, when are we going to link up? Bitches, we going to learn how to twerk, okay? I'm finna find my man in 2017, okay? One way or the other. Single man. Don't come to me if you're married.
Optimal height for fidelity.
Exactly. 6'2" is a...
That's it. That's where we're stopping.
That's where we're stopping. Anything above 6'2",
no, air chiefing.
And anything below 5'8"?
Yeah, no air.
Cool. Alright guys, I'm going to leave you guys with Super Soaker. Have a wonderful Saturday, and I'll be back. Also guys, if you want to slide into my DMs, can I just say, as I've said before, I told you guys before, Neo has taken me for lunch. Okay, don't message me if your idea of dating is Nando's. I'm not here for it, okay? Neo has bought me lunch, so I'm on a different level now. Alright, have a lovely weekend guys. See you later.